Hello and welcome to this week's vlog post. It's on daydreaming. My motto is dream, imagine, believe, achieve. And so I'm going through each of them and talking a little bit more about each one. I started out with imagine, so I skipped ahead a little bit. So I'm going back to dream or daydreaming. And I'll be discussing the pros and cons and how it can be helpful to you or harmful, potentially. Now, first, though, I'll talk about how I used dreaming or daydreaming to help myself cope with chronic health issues and dealing with spina bifida and all that has entailed. Daydreaming, I would disappear into these daydreams probably a little bit too much because it was nice to escape a little bit, and it helped me to cope with the problems and worries and medication schedules, all sorts of things that come with having a chronic health issue. So I did that, and I still do now and then, but not nearly like I did when I was from probably 8 years old that I can really remember to my mid-20s maybe. And then it dropped off a bit, but I still do. I always have used daydreaming as a stress reliever in some way. Okay, the pros. It helps you get creative. I do this with writing. I can disappear into that story pretty quickly and completely by daydreaming. What's the story about? What are the characters like? And so on. So I'll disappear into that world. And also creativity could help you relax and maybe find solutions to problems, or just find creative solutions to your health issues and what's going on in your life that's bothering you. Give you some ideas. Also, daydreaming can help you understand where someone else is coming from. And this can be helpful not only with friends and relatives and so on, but new doctors, or maybe a new surgery coming up that you're maybe uneasy about. You can go into your daydreams and imagine yourself going through it, so maybe you won't feel so nervous about it. You can talk, make up a conversation that you might want to have with that new doctor, or talking about the surgery and getting more information in your head of what that might be like. And it also can this helping to see something from somebody else's viewpoint, or see where someone else is coming from. It can help you feel more connected too in that way, because if you feel like you can go into your daydream world and imagine maybe someone that you either don't understand or you miss dearly. You do understand them and you really miss them. They live far away. You can connect with them more fully when you go into your daydream world. And I've read in research that this does actually happen. You have the same, when you go into your daydreams, you can have the same response as if that's actually happening. So it can calm you. If you go into your daydream world and figure out your problems, it can calm you. Or it can make you excited or sad or frightened, even if you're going into it in a negative way. So you can have the same or similar reactions as if something's actually happening. So that can be good and bad. But in a connectedness type of way, when you're away from friends and family, you can go into your daydreams and imagine them with you, and it gives you a similar feeling as if they are actually with you. That's pretty cool. And you can imagine also being in the experience of others. Say you don't really get it, you don't understand where they're coming from, or the experience that they're going through. You never experienced it, so you can't really understand the situation. So you can go into your daydream world and try it out, see what it might be like for that person, and then that could boost communication and boost your relationship with that person. Distress, you can de-stress through letting go in your daydreams. Giving yourself a break from like the medication schedules and doctor's appointments and pain and worry. You can get away from it for a bit. It's not healthy to live there, but it is healthy to give yourself a little break now and then in that daydream world. It can help with healing and wellness. The immune system is given a boost, and your overall way that you feel can be improved. So that's really powerful for getting things done and feeling better in your general life. And also thinking more clearly and having a better memory of new information. That can be helpful for doctors' appointments with new doctors, or a surgery coming up, like I was mentioning earlier. If you go into that daydream world, not just practicing for those appointments or those meetings, but you can also have increased memory ability for new experiences. So you can remember and be more calm when you go into these new experiences by using your daydreams to practice and calm yourself. And you can use that for planning, organizing, performance at work, anything. Now, the cons. Distraction from learning, work, family, etc., anything in your life. It makes it hard for you to retrieve information if you're reading or taking a test. And if you're daydreaming in the middle of this, then you won't remember maybe what you read, or you won't finish the test on time because you're looking out the window and in another world. And it can also lead to unhappiness. If you daydream about negative things, that could make you more unhappy rather than less unhappy. And if you are daydreaming about positive things, it doesn't necessarily make you feel more positive in your real life. or it doesn't make you happier necessarily. It all depends on how you look at it. It all depends on your view of the situation and what daydreaming is for. If you go into it with a positive outlook, that yes, I'm going to get some relief from this. I know it's not real, but I can get relief doing this if I practice it. Then that's good. And you could learn something. You could get an epiphany when you're in your daydream world and use it for good in your reality. But if you just stay in your, that's another one, staying in your dream world, that's not a good thing. You need to use it for good and for another option on top of your other health care options and medications and whatever therapies that you are using to help in your life, with your health issues and handling them. So it's a good thing to help you, but it's not a good thing to live there, because then you really should seek some help, talk to a healthcare professional about it, and see if you can change that. And you might put people on a pedestal, or the other way, you might be putting people lower on the scale than they really should be, because you could be loving this person and everything about them and not see any of the negatives. In your daydream, you're just putting them on this pedestal, like they can do no wrong. And possibly that's to escape maybe an abusive relationship, perhaps. But then you get back into your reality and you think that that person has changed somehow and that they're fine, what they're doing is fine, when it really actually isn't. So in the other way, you put people down all the time in your dreams. You don't like this person, you cut them down, you wish bad things on this person you don't like. And that doesn't help at all in your reality. You come back in your reality, it's not helping you be more productive and more reasonable and able to handle disagreements with this person, perhaps. It's only hurting it. So that could be a negative. And you could not see the positives in the negative person, and you could not see the negatives in the positive person. So that could hurt the situation. So what about you? Have you tried daydreaming? Has it helped you? Has it hurt you? Has it interfered with your life? Has it enhanced your life? Let me know. My email is amy@acnlifecoach.com. I'd love to hear from you, and you can also comment below. And I will catch you again here next week. Take care.